startups and small business owners like yourself, so startups like yourself, be
Mm-hmm.
able to understand what non-dilutive funding is, what not, getting free money, which is grants that you don't have to pay back, and being able to access that money so that way you can start your business, right? And provide for your family and create and experience financial freedom. So that's why I started my business, right? So all the reasons that you are explaining are personal, but I'm like I said before, you don't have to be vulnerable. You don't have to tell them your life story. And to be honest with you, they would rather hear the focusedness of exactly how you want to scale your idea. Grantors are only going to give you money if you can explain to them how you plan to scale.
How I plan to scale.
Yeah. And
That means grow.
yep, how you plan to grow and what is the public impact, right? So I know one thing that you said that the you want to use a specific ingredient that is good for the body.
Yeah, it's really good for your body. And also, a lot of people have gluten intolerance, and this wheat still has gluten, but it's less, and it's a different type of gluten, and it's 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 something that your body can actually digest. So yeah, this wheat is really really good.
Um, changes. Introducing our um, pure organic wheats. Um, wheat goods. All right, so we want to help people who have gluten tolerance challenges by introducing our pure organic wheat in our baked goods. Sounds cool?
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, awesome. Everything else. What is your business objective? Short bio. Looking for invest. Okay, the rest of this I don't need. Oh, how much does it cost for you to like get your stuff? Do you know how much you're paying? Like let's say if you're selling, let's say you're selling like some baked goods, so like some cookies, right? We're getting to holiday time, so like cookies and pie and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So how much does it cost you to be able to like produce that and especially buying the wheat? How much is that?
This wheat I bought 48 pounds for I think it was $150.
Hmm. How much? 100.
I think it was $150 that I paid for it.
48 pounds. Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. All right, so Robin, that's all I needed. That wasn't so bad, was it?
Okay, I'm just I'm not good at this. You know, I grew up with a father who had uh, he had his own business,
Okay.
and I helped a little bit, you know, with like the bookkeeping and some of that stuff. And I learned how to do he did upholstery work, and I learned how to do the upholstery work and stuff. But me being my own entrepreneur is brand new to me.
I understand. I get it. And that's the whole purpose of my entire business is to help walk you through the entire process. So even if like we did today, I ask questions, but if you don't understand, you just ask me and I'm going to find the most creative way for you to understand. But it's fine. I totally get it. The idea that you have is simply just to be able to provide more for your family. And I get it, right? You want to experience financial freedom and just like be able to take a break. And I get it. So you can definitely reach the goal of making 10,000 up to $10,000 a month with what you're selling. We just need to know how we are going to target the right people and how can we get more sales. And you don't be afraid of accepting all these orders, because you might have people like over 30 people a month that want batches of stuff, so be open to that, but all it's going to do is just provide more money for you. And also you can get your family involved, with helping you bake the cookies and
I
all
know
that
my
stuff.
daughter will help me a lot.
Yeah, see, there you go. So your daughter can be like that employee, the second employee. You guys can work together and be able to produce a lot. So, but Robin, thank you so much for your time today. I'm going to wrap up your business plan. All right, I just needed those few questions answered. And I'll send it over to you the middle of this week, and then we can review it and everything. Okay, the plan and the pitch deck.
Okay, and then you said $400 a month, and you will apply for 15 grants every month for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll get that. Let's see, ready at around the 15th or so. I think I'll have the 400, so I can get that started.
Okay, no problem. Well, I'm here for you. And, if you have any questions, just text me. I'm always here for you. And I hope that you can send me some cookies or something. So I'll be in the US the end of this month. So I'll like text you and let you know, all the details, and I'll just put in a request. I love supporting you guys.
Okay, all right, yeah, just send me an address and I'll see what I can do. The Cheez-Its crackers?
Yeah, I love those actually.
Okay, well, I want to make it with this flour because it will be so much healthier.
Yeah, that will be really cool. Okay, yeah, I'm down.
And graham crackers and those Keebler, like the Ritz crackers. The
Ritz. Oh yeah, that'll be so good. Oh, you know how to make those, Robin? You are top baker. Okay, I like this.
I know not top, but yeah, I've always been a baker. When I was 12 years old, I made my first pie, and I served it for a dessert after supper that night. And my dad is so rude.
I love this.
He says, "Oh, this is better than your mother's."
Oh.
Okay, that wasn't bad enough. He had to go one step further and say, "Your mom's pie crust is like shoe leather."
Oh wow. Well, that was not a compliment to your mom, but it was a compliment to you.
I'm like, Dad, really? Like, no. So my mom never made another pie for him again.
Well, she didn't have to, because she had like a junior champion baker in the house, so why not?
Well, yeah, that cemented my role as pie baker at 12 years old. My first pie, I'm like, really?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, I'm gonna let you go. We'll talk soon, and thank you so much for your time. Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Hey, you guys. Hey, I just had to wrap up a really cool Zoom call. This is, she was my client, and she hired me to write a business plan and a pitch deck for her. So I just needed to go through a few things with her, ask her a few questions. I like showing some of my consultations here because it allows you guys to feel comfortable enough not only to possibly book my services, but also to know that I am a person that gives a lot of leeway, a lot of grace. And I'm hoping that you guys know that about me, that I'm going to do my best at trying to make sure you understand what's going on. But Welcome into the live stream. I'm Superior Shelby. I am owner of Superior Small Business Development Solutions. I'm also a 71% successful grant writer, and I love talking about grants. I have dedicated 6 years on this YouTube channel and multiple hundreds of live streams to teach you guys about how to have access to small business grants as well as how to win them. I've won millions of dollars in grant funding. I've helped thousands win grants as well, just by them watching my YouTube. Okay, so thanks so much for coming in. I really do appreciate you guys coming. In today's live stream, I want us to talk about a $10,000 Verizon Central grant. We're going to go over this grant together. I do have like a few screenshots, and I'll walk you through exactly how to have access to this. Verizon gives out $10,000 every month, and now we are rounding up 2025's the last hoorah. Okay, they're not giving out this $10,000 no more for the rest of the year. So this is going to be the quarter 4 version of them giving out this $10,000. So we're going to go over that. Of course, I'm going to go over my grant spiel, and of course, you do have the ability to get my free grant writing checklist. I pinned the link in the chat, as well as put the link in the description down below. Okay, before I get started, let me go ahead and say hey to everybody in the chat, and then we're going to get right into it, okay? Oh, you can't hear me? Can you guys hear me? Let me know. Let me know if you can hear me or not. Okay, you can hear me? Okay, good. Very good. Very good. All right, so we're going to go over the $10,000 grant. But before I do that, all right, let's get right into it. So grants is free money that you truly deserve. And every startup and small business owner deserves free money that they can start. Your idea is absolutely outstanding. I'm here to tell you and give you all the validation and the claps that you deserve. But it's so unfortunate that 84% of startups and small business owners actually don't have access to these grants. They don't know about them, or they don't apply simply because they don't have the time to apply, or they just simply don't know how to apply. I totally get it. That's why I created the free grant writing checklist, so that way you can have all the necessary information you need before you decide to go for grant funding. Grant is non-dilutive funding. So what that means is it's free money that you can get. There's no credit checks. There's no personal information needed, like your bank account statements or your social security number. And you can use this free money for anything to help start your business: payroll, marketing, skill development, building an app, whatever the case may be. You truly deserve this free money. I've been able to win millions. The most I've actually helped one of my clients win not too long ago was $2.5 million in grant funding. Me myself, I've been able to save some of my business, okay, with grant funding. Okay, so don't sleep on the grants. There's 33 million small businesses in the United States. 84% don't even pick up this money and apply to it, which means $90 billion every year or more actually gets left on the table. See, with grant funding, it's very important that we apply to it and we go for it, because it helps the big businesses on taxes and all that good stuff, and it helps us have the necessary capital to be able to start and scale our businesses. So why not? Now, while grants is not 100% guaranteed that you would actually get it just because you qualify for the grant, but it's very important that you show up and show out, just like all the other people that is aggressively going for this free money. And it's not always a situation where like they're looking for one grant winner. No, I have went over multiple grants here on my YouTube channel where they were giving out multiple tens of thousands of dollars to over 100 businesses. Okay, so also a lot of small business owners don't go for grants because they think they're wasting their time. But you're not wasting your time, friend. Let me tell you, when you apply to the grant, sometimes just by you applying, you actually get a perk or a deal. So for those of you who are like, oh, I need some money to put into my Facebook ads or into my Instagram boosting posts or into my TikTok marketing strategy, well, sometimes when you apply to a grant, they will give you thousands of dollars towards your marketing strategy as ad credit instead of giving you directly like the winning grand prize. You get what I'm saying? So you're not wasting your time. And also it gives you the ability to network. Yes. So scare money don't make no money, friend. Go ahead and learn how to search and apply to grants. I have a full playlist that teaches you. But while you're here with me live on YouTube, let me go over a couple of other things and then we're going to get right into it, okay? So, you know that grants is free money that you don't have to pay back. There's no credit checks, no personal information needed. And there's some new tools that is coming out. Grantfully.org, Grantfully, GRANTFULLY.org is going to be this new platform that comes out in December that you all should be ready to sign up for. Grantfully.org is actually going to be that most affordable, seamless, streamlined dashboard. That way you can track your grants. You can also search for grants there, and they will write your grant for you for just $30 per application. So if you want to sign up for the virtual launch and meet me there, meet me at the virtual launch in December for grantfully.org. All you have to do is click the link that's in my description. You can visit grantfully.org right now yourself, and you can actually get my free grant writing checklist in the same time. So that way you can be on the sign up list. Okay. So the link is in the description below. All right. So, hey, everybody, welcome in. Hey, Junelle. Hey, Puma Code 10. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Weebo, Lines and More. Thanks so much. Belle Powell, thanks so much for being here. Kay Young. Hey, how you doing, friend? Hey, King Jaquan or Jaquin. Thank you so much for being here. Courtney Marshall, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate you all for being here. WSMG Ryder, thank you so much for being here. And Troy Miller, thanks so much for being here. Yes, there are grants for art projects. Actually, there will always be grants for arts and music. So yes, absolutely. Let's see. Can you apply for grants for me? Absolutely. Or you can wait and pay $30 per grant application with grantfully.org, okay? Because I ain't as cheap as them. But the quality is there, okay? The quality is there for sure. Fun fact, I'm actually training their, helping them. They already have some, it's me and other people, but I'm helping them train their team so that their whole grant writing team, right? So that way they can have the creative writing skills and understand exactly how to, make sure that they're submitting the grants correctly and all that good stuff. So that's really cool, right? So my expertise will be alongside and partner with, but I'm not partnered with them. I'm affiliated with grantfully.org, okay? Grab my free grant writing checklist. This checklist is actually going to show you all the things you need to have before you go for grants. Grants is free money that you should be getting, and they're going to ask you questions on these applications. Questions like, what is your product and service? What is your idea? How is your idea impactful to the community? What is your customer's problem, and how does your product and service solve that problem? And if they give you $50,000, what would you use the money for? Okay. Well, those are actually really good questions that even I would ask if you were asking me for $10,000 or even $1,000. Okay, what you gonna do with this $100? How is it going to be impactful? You say you're going to use some of the money to put in your gas tank. Well, how far can this get you? Is this a round trip or one way? You understand what I'm saying? Same idea. And you have to be prepared for this stuff. So my free grant writing checklist is actually going to allow you to be prepared so that way you can go for this free money, okay? All right. So you can also get grants from, your state and local governments. You can get it from private investors in private sectors, in other like different investing firms. They give out grants. And then also you can get it from big companies like Verizon. Yes, we are about to go over the Verizon $10,000 grant, and I want you guys to apply because this is the last time they're giving out this grant this year in 2025. And why not kickstart 2026 with $10,000 that you can use to start your business or to scale the one you already got? $10,000 is more than enough to put into a marketing strategy that can multiply that 10 by 10 and help you get 100,000. You understand what I'm saying? All right, cool. So, um, you know what a grant is: free money that you don't have to pay back, no credit checks, no personal information needed for your startup and small business. You also know you can where you can get it from. You also know that you can get a free grant writing checklist by visiting grantfully.org. The link is down below. Also, you can also, like, everything in the checklist is going to tell you what you need, but having a business plan, pitch deck, all of that good stuff, your basic foundations, all of that is inside the free grant writing checklist. So that way you'll have like a full spreadsheet that tells you, hey, have all this stuff before you decide to go for this free money. Okay. All right. So, do I have any questions before we go over this $10,000 grant that everybody deserves? Mind you, they're not looking for one winner. I believe that they're looking for multiple winners in this quarter. Okay. So, all of us that's on here, let's give ourselves a chance. A chance. 33 million small business owners in the US and 84% don't go for grants, which means 90 billion, 90 billion dollars or more gets left on the table. Ha, that's not me. I'm not a part of that 84%. And I don't want you to be a part of that 84% either, friend. Okay. All right. So let's see. Okay. We have no questions. No questions at all. You guys let me know in the chat. I love an interactive chat. We're talking about grants. We're talking about small business development, what it takes to win a grant, all that good stuff. So please ask the questions. You have my attention. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see if I can pull up some of these things. All right. So this is a $10,000 Verizon grant. Okay. We're going to read through this information really quick. It's called the Digital Ready. And I love Digital Ready simply because it's a really good platform. So let me explain to you what it's about. All right. This is the $10,000 Verizon Digital Ready grant that we're going to go over that you most likely heard about earlier this year. And they give out this $10,000 grant throughout the entire year. But if you have already applied to it and you didn't get it in the first quarter, the second quarter, or the third quarter, we're in the fourth quarter now. Apply to it. Yes. You need to be applying to it every quarter. Okay. Every quarter. All right. Two questions here we have. So one question is really quick. Does it roll over to the next year, the 90 billion? So the $90 billion that gets left on the table by the 84% small business owners and startups that don't go for grants. Actually, no, it doesn't get rolled over. It kind of does, but it doesn't. So what happens is when it's a start to a new year, it's no longer 90 billion. It's actually more than $90 billion, right? And because we're starting a whole new year. So there's actually like hundreds of billions of dollars that is like, that they give out every year. But in grant funding, right, for startups and small business owners. But the $90 billion, like whatever they didn't get a chance to get out that year prior, let's say in 2025, and that's it. It's like kind of rollovers, like, and the way that it kind of rolls over, friend, is that it's the same programs that they would do every year. For example, the Verizon Digital Ready program. So most likely they already have in their books that they want to give out millions of dollars on an annual basis. Well, when 2025 ends, we're in 2026, and now it's time to whatever 2026 budget is for giving out grants. Well, that now is a whole new spreadsheet because it's a new taxes that we're doing, right? It's a whole new tax sheet we're doing. So if you think about it, yeah, technically the $90 billion does get rolled over, but that's simply because it's another program that they're doing annually. But technically, for tax purposes and accounting purposes, no, it's a new year, fresh start, new money on a table. And every year, 84% small business owners don't go for this money, which results in 90 billion and counting that gets left on the table every year. So, great question. So I get this question a lot. Thanks so much for asking it. We mow lawns and more. Hey Dennis, I'm gonna say hey Dennis. Thank you so much for being here. All right, so I get this question a lot. Do I need to already be making money? Technically, no. So you don't have to already you don't have to already generate revenue in order for you to be eligible for a startup small business grant. You're a startup, and they understand that you are in either your idea phases or you're in your actual startup phases where you have to like get started and you're not generating revenue. So exactly how do you show that you are a serious business owner when you are submitting a grant application? Here's how you do that. Well, the grant application is going to ask you, what traction do you have in your business? I talk about this a lot. However, in your business, traction doesn't necessarily always mean revenue. Traction can also mean how many signups do you have? How many email people on your email contact list did you build? How many followers were you able to get just by you having and opening up an Instagram account? How many people in your local area, your target market, actually said that they would like to have your product and service? Do you already have some testimonials or in some, review videos from people that say, hey, I have this problem and I believe that your product and service will be a solution to my problem, and I'm truly excited about the launch, or I'm excited about it coming out so that way I can shop with you. So no, you don't have to generate revenue. While generating revenue does show that your product and service is needed in the market, there's other ways you can show that by simply doing the market research and being able to provide the statistics, so the percentages of people that have this problem and how you are going to be able to help that percentage of people with your solution, which is your product and service. If I want to start a second business, is there grants to help with that as long as I can provide a business plan, pitch deck, and projections? Absolutely. There's so many entrepreneurs out here that own multiple businesses. I mean, Elon Musk doesn't only own Tesla. He has so many other businesses and he's invested in so many other companies. So do not limit yourself. If you have countless and more than just one great idea, then I say go for it. And why not use a grant to help you have the money to be able to scale your new idea? You understand? And for entrepreneurial mindset purposes, okay, um, it's always best that you scale one business first, right? Show and prove to yourself that you can actually be a really good entrepreneur that can drive in sales and that can organize and do really good with your money, right? Not overspend, things like that. And then, then you'll be more confident in this new business idea, which will allow you, which will reflect in your answers when you are going for any type of business funding, right? Because you'll be confident that, hey, I've already, and that shows traction too, by the way. Hey, I've already been able to build this one business and we make, this amount of hundreds of thousands of dollars a year or $1 million or more a year. So with this new idea, I know that we'll be able to scale just based off of my entrepreneurial success. You understand? Awesome. Any other questions that we might have before I go over this $10,000 Verizon Digital Ready grant? I'm going to show you guys here on a few slides. Thank you so much for everybody that's coming in. Make sure you like the live stream. Give me a like, please, so that way the YouTube algorithm can push out this really good information to startups, most likely to the 84% of small business owners who are not accessing over $90 billion of grant funding. Okay, so I'm so excited to have you guys here. Thanks so much for being here with me. All right, so if there's no other questions, without further ado, let's go over it, okay? All right, so this is the $10,000 grant application for Verizon Digital Ready. Verizon Digital Ready is simply a resource tool for small businesses that you can use, you can sign up for, and not only are they can they give you $10,000, but also what they'll do is they give you multiple videos, educational videos, to help you understand how to develop a marketing strategy, how to build a business plan, how to build a pitch deck, and all of this good stuff, right? Even cybersecurity stuff too, right? So Verizon Digital Ready is not just a platform that you would use just to skim through it and get $10,000. No, it's also a networking opportunity. They have a lot of startups and a lot of small business owners in their ecosystem that not only can you collaborate with, but also you can potentially sell your products and services to. So don't sleep on the public directory. All right, so let's go through what it takes for us to apply to the Verizon Digital Ready $10,000 grant. All right. So I'm going to cover myself here. So it says, to complement the hundreds of free resources on Digital Ready, we're awarding 50 small businesses with $10,000 grants. That's only about 20 of us on this live stream. So come on now. All of us should be able to get it, right? So who can apply? So in order to apply, you have to be based in the United States, Puerto Rico, or U.S. Virgin Islands. Nonprofits are not eligible. You have to be a small business and you have to be 18 years or older. That's it. So no matter what type of business that you have, no matter what race you are, gender, ethnic group, sexuality, or religion you are a part of, you qualify for this $10,000 Digital Ready grant, and they are awarding 50 small businesses. So why not go for it? Okay. All right, so let's look through some more information. So how to apply. All right, so complete any combination of 2 eligible courses or events between July 1st, 2025, so we're past July, until December 10th. So December 10th is actually, that's the last date for this, okay? In order for you to unlock the application, submit the application by 11:59 p.m. PST or on December 10th. Okay, late applications will not be considered. So what you would do is you would click that small black button there that says register, and you would actually register your company. You would answer like about 4 questions. So the first question, when you're registering, it'll ask you what are the topics that you are interested in. So let's say you are interested in learning how to manage your money, doing some branding, getting some funding, online marketing, winning customers over, building strategy, legal essentials, like what does it look like to get an LLC and to do an operation agreement, cybersecurity, social media, wellness, operations, website design. Or if you say you're not sure, then just simply click I'm not sure. Then you would go to the next screen. The next screen would actually ask you, like, questions like what is your business name, email address, and things like that, just general information. And then you would create your own login. That's it. Simple steps, okay? Simple steps. Now, once you are able to do those things and you officially register, I wasn't able to get a screenshot because my internet started acting up. But once you have officially registered, then what you will have is a dashboard. And the dashboard will have a plethora of different videos that you can watch. As long as you watch about 2 of those videos, you will have the opportunity to, or it will unlock in your opportunities on your dashboard to be able to apply to the $10,000 grant. Now, the $10,000 grant application is quite simple, very simple to be exact. And they only ask about 5 questions about what your product and service is, why is it needed in the market, and all of those good things. Then you also have a place at the bottom, towards the bottom, where you can upload your business plan and pitch deck and all that good stuff, okay? So don't miss out on $10,000. 50 small business owners get selected and chosen, and I'm hoping that you are one of the 50, my friend. Okay, so do we have any questions about this $10,000 grant that everybody should go for? Imagine, all right, 84 small business owners don't go for grants and stuff, but just imagine, like, if it's like 20 of us, what does that look like? Probably only one of us out of the 20 that's on the live stream is actually going to apply. Drop down in the comments down below if you're going to apply to the Verizon Digital Ready $10,000 grant. Let me know in the comments who applying, because I'm applying. It's a why not? It's a no-brainer. Not only do I get the chance at potentially winning $10,000, but I'm also going to have access to multiple educational videos that is going to help me grow and scale. And I also have the ability to network with others. You know what I mean? So this is really cool. So yeah, who's applying? $10,000, Verizon. Shout out to them. Hey, Courtney, thanks so much for being here. You're applying. Okay, cool. I'm going to apply, friend. Cool. I'm putting the link in the description below. Don't forget to get, sign up and get my free grant writing checklist. Okay. So what's so funny about this particular grant, right, is Grantfully.org is going to be that grant search engine that's going to give you opportunities like this and so many more. Imagine being able to have access to a grant search engine where you can put in the filters in place, right? Something like very affordable. Once you find the grant, with just one click, you're going to click on it, add it to your cart, and you will like simply pay $30 for other people to write these grants for you. That sounds like a seamless way to do things. So grantfully.org is something that's going to be super cool. And what's so interesting about this is that on the day that Verizon Digital Ready is going to be giving out the $10,000, well, that is the day that grantfully.org is supposed to launch, December 10th, friend. So get my free grant writing checklist. You can visit grantfully.org/virtual_launch. The link is in the description below. It's also inside of the chat. I pinned it in the chat as well. Okay. Kay says I'm applying. Janelle says I'm applying. Weibo Lance and Moore says at lunch it will be done. Okay, shout out to y'all. You also asked a question. If you own a business and are starting, I'm guessing you're saying a second, can you apply for both individually? No. So it's one business per business, and they're going to be able to see that you've applied to this particular opportunity for multiple businesses. The reason why most grantors don't like for entrepreneurs to apply to that grant opportunity for multiple businesses that they might own or they're starting is simply because you are not giving other business owners the chance at potentially winning as well. It's fair game. It has to be a fair playing field. So I'm a business owner, and I'm also have an agriculture business here in Africa. I'm I have tech companies, right? I also am into international real estate, and also I have my own personal brand, which is the LLC. And then I also have this small business development consultancy, right? So I own about 5 to 6 businesses, but I understand that it's very important that I identify if this grant, which one of my businesses aligns with this grant mission, and then I would apply to it. So I'll give you an example. Say we come across a grant that's specifically for Black women and they're giving out $50,000, but they're looking for Black women who are in tech. Well, I'm not going to apply for that grant opportunity specifically for Superior Solutions. I'm actually going to apply to that grant for my tech companies that I'm co-founded in, right? Same thing. Let's say we come across a grant where they are looking for businesses who are helping other startups and small businesses, like business consulting and stuff. Then I would choose Superior Small Business Development Solutions, aka Superior Solutions, to apply to that grant. But I won't apply to that grant for my tech companies, my agriculture business, my international business, real estate business, my all of that's of my investment company. I won't do that, right? Because it doesn't make sense and it doesn't align with the grant mission. Hope that answers your question. Okay, so do you guys have any last minute questions? We went over a $10,000 grant through. It's called the Verizon Digital Ready Grant. December 10th is the actual deadline date for this grant, but I don't want you guys to miss it out. Of course, I'm going to bring this grant back to you every month until we get to December 10th. Make sure you apply and also have the resources and tools in the networking and the community that you need to help you scale and grow. All right. So what questions do you guys have about grants, small business grants? I have this question for you guys too. If you can help me out with answering this question, if you don't have a question, what rumors have you heard about grants? One rumor that I hear a lot is these people already have a winner, like it's personal interest. So I'm not going to apply to a grant because I believe that they already know who they're going to choose as a winner. That is a rumor that I heard. What rumors y'all heard? That rumor is totally not true, by the way. It's not true at all. $30 per grant. Yes. Yes, I know, right? When we were all in like the so they do like a Zoom call when you're doing like this brand deals type of thing. And so when we were all in the Zoom call, it was me and some other creators, right? And other people, right? They were walking us through the demo. And when they said $30 a grant, I said, oh, sound like me. Like sound like where I need to be. You know what I mean? I think this is going to be a really great tool. Grantfully.org is going to be a really great tool for you guys to be able to use. You can go in there, use the grant search engine, find grants that you like, click on the grant, pay the $30, and they will apply to it. And you get to track the entire process in your own client dashboard, which is really cool. Like everything is super cute. It's super cute and like purple and white. It's like really cute. But I really like this tool. I think this tool is going to be Um, I think this tool is going to be very revolutionary for sure. And it's quite affordable for startups and small businesses. So I like it. That's why I'm backing it. I think it's a great idea. And the owners of it are super cool, right? Well, I didn't technically meet, I met the co-founder. I didn't meet the actual founder, but I met the co-founder who was on the Zoom call. And I think that this is going to be a really great revolutionary tool for grant writing, right? So yeah. So one rumor that Kay has heard was, I heard that too. So why waste your time, right? So why waste your time? The She heard, right. One grant rumor that Kay heard was that why waste your time on grants? Hold on, friend. The wind is blowing my hair in my face. Okay, so Kay heard, as a grant rumor, why waste your time with applying to grants when they have their own specific winner anyway? There's no point in applying. Let me tell you something. There are rules and regulations in the grant writing world. The grantor cannot select any family members, any employees that works for that particular company, and also they cannot choose anyone based off of personal interest. No, they can't do that. There's rules and regulations to this stuff, okay? Or the program will be completely revoked or they will be sued. So, no, that's not how this works at all. But I believe the mindset behind the people that actually say those rumors are also people who are quite tired of applying, or they are not confident in applying and they've never applied to grants. Most people I've learned, okay, just let you know, okay, most people that say that I've learned from those people is that they actually only submit about 5 grant applications, up to 5 grant applications in one whole entire year. Meanwhile, me and my team, I submit over 100 grants a year. Yeah, this is a free grant, free money opportunity. So you think that there's not other businesses that are going to aggressively apply to these opportunities? No, you must give yourself and your business a chance. Also, some of these grants are targeted towards people that align with their mission. That's why I say make sure your mission, your business mission, aligns with the grant mission, and make sure you are clear, concise, and compassionate in your answers. Because when you hit all of those pinnacles, right? When you hit all of those targets of being clear, concise, compassionate, and when you have your business plan and your pitch deck and your 3-minute pitch video and you're proactively prepared, then you have no reason to actually fail. Another thing about it, Kay, is that a lot of those people that I had to go out and come back in. I hope can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me? Are we good? I think we're good. Let me know in the chat. Back? Okay, cool. Sorry. Yeah, my signal kind of went in and went out. All right, so I'll give you an analogy, then I answer you guys' question. So imagine it's me, Kay Young, Wemo Lines and More, Dennis, and Puma Co 10. So all 5 of us, right? So let's say we're all like a friend group, like we're all a part of this like business Facebook group or whatever. And let's say Puma Co 10 is like, well, I applied to 10 grants already this year in 2025, and I ain't win not one of them. So to be honest with you, I'm just stop applying because I'm not wasting my time with that. I'd rather focus on, trying to scale my business or trying to get a loan or something, like trying to move my business forward. What happens is 3 of those people are going to listen, but only 1 now is going to actually apply. And what sucks is there's so many grants out here that literally let's say Kay has a business that's in the beauty industry or whatever happen, whatever the case may be, right? Then we got Wemo Lines and More, and then we have my business, which is a business consulting businesses, and then we have, whoever else, right? So let's say there's a $100,000 Sephora grant that's out right now. Sephora is giving out $100,000. Kay actually, her business is perfect and the missions align perfectly for that particular grant. But because she's being influenced by one of her friends, she's now going to miss out on $100,000 that is actually in favor of her. simply because somebody said in the group, oh, they got personal interest and you wasting your time because I already applied to grants this year. They, in most cases, people are not going to tell you how many grants they applied to. If people were like really 100 and they told you, yeah, I applied to 10 grants this year, I would have told them straight up, oh, that's not even enough. That's not even enough. That's why a lot of startups and small business owners don't like going for investment capital and pitch competitions. I just met a really super cool, just a really super cool woman. She's an amazing woman. She owns a very well known activewear. This woman, just like this woman, right? I'm not going to say her name because she has an activewear that is very well known, and I just recently, came across her and stuff. She was able to raise $6.9 million. $6.9 million in investment capital. $6.9 million in investment capital. $6.9 million from selling gym wear. She ain't building no tech company. She ain't building no oil and gas company. She ain't building no doing real estate. She's selling activewear. Lululemon type. You understand what I'm saying? $6.9 million she was able to raise. What are we talking about? Like when I was like, I was like, what? From gym wear? From gym bras and the shorts and the this and the, I mean, your website looks good. You invested in your branding. I like that. That's really cool. She went from a 9 to 5 to selling active gym wear through like e-commerce platforms like Shopify and using TikTok Shop. And now she actually went out to invest, like investor pitches. So she went out to search for, she did the research. She went out and started pitching and started talking to investors through different Zoom calls and all kinds of stuff. And she kept pushing and kept pushing and kept pushing. Before you know it, a group of them investors said, yeah, we'll give you 6.9 million. 6.9 million? What you doing with 6.9 million? This is activewear. What's your business overhead like? Like, I started asking questions. Like, what do we need $6.9 million for? She did private investors. And the reason why I brought this up is because it is the confidence and resilience and how goal-oriented she is. She has vision. We talked a little bit about vision yesterday. Homegirl got vision. Homegirl got vision. Gym wear, gym shorts. How much is your business overhead and you selling on TikTok Shop? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out. 6.9 million. So then I start to question. So now I'm in the process of doing some research, right? Because I'm looking for investment capital. So now I'm like talking to different people and just trying to understand their journeys. How did it work? Things like that, right? And so now I'm questioning, as a Black woman, right, entrepreneur, is Jada Waita looking for investors with Waitaman? Now I'm curious, because how many Black American businesses are actually going for investment capital? What is that percentage like, and why? Why are we not going for it? Why is that percentage not higher? I'm going to come back with that information later on or tomorrow. I'm gonna come back with that information and let y'all know. Because now I'm like, nah. 6.9 million. You raised $6.9 million for what? Selling gym shorts on TikTok Shop? Am I in the right? You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. All right, y'all have some other questions. I'm going to go in there. Dennis says, is there no form of oppression within the occupation of grant writing? Is there no form of oppression within the occupation of grant writing? In other words, no. I don't know what you mean. Well, no. I'll say that. No. What I can tell you from my experience of owning my company and being a grant writer, right? And also me being the face of my company, what I can honestly say is my by me being a grant writer and being a black woman and being Christian, I do believe that I don't get the ability to um, apply for those other ethnic groups and religions simply because I am a black American woman who is Christian. If I was a white American Muslim, Jew, or Amish, or whatever the case may be, right? But if I was a white American, yes, I would most likely get more views on YouTube. I will have like a much bigger community. Yes, things like that. And we know the realities of what that is. But I can also say, and I'm proud to say, that God has blessed me with the ability to write and apply to grants and win grants for Native Americans, for white Americans, for white Europeans, for Chinese, well, Chinese Americans. You know what I mean? So I've actually had the ability to apply to grants and be of service to other ethnic groups. And when I was able to serve them, and they went back and they like, you know, made videos for me and stuff like that, I was so happy. And I just give all glory to God because I truly, truly, every day, I'm always making sure that I'm very articulate in my words. I'm going to always show who I am, right? And be who I am. You guys love me for who I am, but I always make sure that I articulate my words and I'm very direct and thorough. So that way, people can, see that I'm a trustworthy person, and just look beyond my gender, look beyond my race, and also just look beyond my religion as well, right? I started Superior Solutions because I want to help all people. This is not like, oh, I just only want to help Black Americans or I only want to help Black businesses. No, like I want to help everyone in the world have access to debt free funding and to be able to chase their dreams and to really experience financial freedom like I have. I've been able to travel the world and speak to so many different ethnic groups and learn different religions and cultures and also learn multiple languages. I want other people to be able to have the ability to do that and also, you know, help their families have that access too. So what I'm doing is not just for my race, but it's for all people. You know what I mean? And so by me being a Black American, also by me being the face of my company and being a woman, I do I do sometimes feel like I don't get the ability to help those other races, ethnic groups, sexualities, and religions. And it's it's kind of disappointing, but I just allow my work ethic to show, keep pushing forward, keep winning grants, and before you know it, other people will come around. The person that I was speaking to earlier, she's white American. When we started this live stream, you know what I mean? She's white American. And I'm so happy to be able to serve her. And I'm very patient with her. And, we work together and I'm helping to build her business plan and everything. So one step at a time. All right. One step at a time. Let me see. Yeah, one day for sure. Hey, Carol, thanks so much for coming here. Thank you so much. Uh, so, what I hear you saying is if you put in the hard work, you'll see a breakthrough. Yeah, absolutely. So, that's what I've been doing. I've been consistent. By me being consistent, right, allows me to be able to have access to different people, right? And if you feel like you can trust me and you feel convicted to move forward and just learn more about what I do, then I'm here, you know? So yeah. But as far as in like, is there any form of oppression as with them picking a winner? No, you don't have to worry about those things. They know exactly who they're looking for, and that's why they put it on the eligibility requirements. If you meet the eligibility requirements on the grant application or the grant introductory page, then simply apply. And you never know when you can win hundreds of thousands of dollars to start and scale your business. Really cool, right? Yeah, friends. All right. Any other last minute questions? I want to thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to get my grant writing checklist. It's for free. You can visit grantfully.org. The link is in the description below. And also, you can just simply visit there on your iPad or whatever. Download my free grant writing checklist and get ready for the grantfully.org virtual launch, where you have access to thousands of grants using their grant search engine. One click, $30. They will apply to a grant for you. So if you want to have access to understanding what you need to have before you go for a grant, yeah, free grant writing checklist, visit grantfully.org. That's there for you, okay? Let's see. Dee Dee says, I'm a witness to receiving grants. Past we paid high dollars for in the past we paid high dollars for a grant writer. The info you have given is valuable. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. What's the name of the grant? Hey, Pitch to Millions. Thanks so much for being here. The grant that I was talking about was the Verizon Digital Ready $10,000 grant. The deadline date is December 10th, and this is an annual grant opportunity. They give it out every quarter. So we are in the last quarter, so I wanted to talk about the Verizon Digital Ready grant. Okay, the link and everything is going to be in the description. And if you want to know what you need to have before you go for this free money, right, non-dilutive funding, then you can always visit grantfully.org. That's grantfully.org. / virtual _ launch, but I'll put it all inside of the description as well. It should be tappable and clickable there for you, and you'll be able to have access to my free grant writing checklist. It's a checklist of all the things you need to have before you decide to go for grants, okay? Yes. So someone in the chat named President says, should I buy back dissolved LLC? So if you are operating the same business, or if you plan to operate the same business, and also you want to use that same name, and you previously you owned that LLC before you owned that name, then yeah, why not? Why not? Of course. Also, don't forget that it serves in your favor too, because you get to keep the business age, right? And sometimes the business age allows you to be able to have access to other funding, which is debt. I don't really talk about loans and stuff, but if you want to go for like business credit opportunities. So yeah, why not? Any other questions before I let you guys go? I want to thank you so much for joining me on this live stream. Make sure you like the live stream so that way the YouTube algorithm can push out this good information. We went over grants. Grants is free money that you don't have to pay back. There's no credit checks, no personal information needed. 84% of small business owners, which is there's 33 million small business owners in the US, well, 84% of them leave over $90 billion on the table because they are not applying to grants. And the reason why they're not applying to grants is because they don't have time. They are not educated in how to search and apply to a grant. And also they're not confident in submitting the grant applications. And that's okay. You can get my free grant writing checklist that's going to reassure you of all the things you need to have before you decide to go for grants. Also, you can always have access to grants by visiting grantfully.org around December 10th, which means that you'll be able to use their grant search engine, and you can find grants there and pay just $30 for them to submit one grant application for you, okay? So get my free grant writing checklist right now and join the virtual launch, the virtual launch for us on December 10th. I'm super excited about it, okay? You need to do an episode telling us how to glow like you do. Prayer. I pray. And no, I don't do The now I lay me down to sleep, I pray my Lord, so I don't do that. No. I do Nigerian hard fire prayer. Okay? I be in here sweating, speaking in tongues. I don't even speak in English. Okay? That's how I glow. Okay? I have to fight every day, all my life. Okay? So that's how I glow. Keeping God first every day, all day. Okay? It says period. Yes. Thanks for the info, sis. Of course, I got you. Yeah. If that's it, if you guys don't have any more questions, I'm gonna give you a few more seconds here. A few more seconds. My husband is cooking a really, really good meal right now. I can smell it. It smells so good. Ah, my husband can cook. 10 out of 10, I recommend. Okay, my man could cook. I'm really excited. I'm so excited. Just really quick, like on my on the personal side, because I know sometimes y'all want to know what I've got going on personally. Um, so I've been planning my wedding, which has been really interesting. Really interesting. Um, Marrying a Nigerian man is definitely different. They have multiple weddings. And so right now, I'm having to plan what's called a white wedding, which is technically my American tradition, right? Where I wear my white wedding dress and he wears a tuxedo, things like that. And then we will do like a traditional wedding, which is where I'm going to have like the traditional Nigerian wear with the big gele. I think it's called a gele, but I'm gonna have that on, right? And I'm gonna be like coming in dancing like what you guys be seeing on TikTok and stuff. And then we're gonna do like that traditional ceremony, and then I'm gonna go back and change into a whole nother dress for this thing. And this is gonna be super fun. So the wedding planner, so if you guys know about Nigerian weddings, okay, first of all, Nigerian weddings have a lot of people, a lot of people. My husband is not somebody who is, respectfully an average Joe. He's the person that does really, really, really good business with the Nigerian police force headquarters, right? So he does things like that, and he's into tech and all that stuff. So, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of guests there. And what else? A lot of food, right? I've been having to buy some more cows and some goats and some rams and some chickens for this thing. Lots of rice. We're gonna have a lot of rice, especially jollof rice. Yes. And for me, my favorite Nigerian dish is afang soup. So we're gonna do afang soup, okra soup, all the soups. And what else? So we're gonna be doing all that stuff, and it's just gonna be beautiful. I can't wait. So I was just giving you like the gist of what I've been doing personally on the side, and also preparing for my return back home to the U.S. I'll be back home to the U.S. at the end of October. I've been thinking, should I do like a pull up? If you guys are like in Miami, should I do like like a dinner where we just like all meet up at I don't know, like a restaurant or something, PF Chang or something like that, and we just kind of like talk, and I just help you guys out in person, or whatever. I don't know. I've been thinking about it. So yeah, thank you. Wedding Nigerians know how to do wedding celebrations. Absolutely, I agree. This is gonna be fun. I'm excited, and of course, I'm recording the entire thing as a small little vlog, so this is gonna be fun. So okay, thank you guys so much for joining me, and thank you for the last 5 minutes to be able to talk about my personal self. I pray that you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you guys later. Okay, peace, and thanks for being here. Bye bye for now.